Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm just going to start off with priming the face and the lips using these products, focusing it on all the dry spots, just so we have a nice clean canvas to work with, so our makeup doesn't look cakey and the dry spots don't appear. Next, I'm going to move on with the eyebrows. I like to start off with the eyes first. And then I'm going to go ahead and just brush them out. Although she has very beautiful eyebrows, I do like to brush the eyebrow hairs down just to create my own shape and fill in the spots that needed to be filled in. For eyebrows, I like to use a ombre effect by starting out darker on the edges, on the outer, and then going to the inner with the leftover products on the brush and just brushing it out to give it a feathery look. Later on, I move on to my concealer, and as you guys or many of you have watched my last video, concealer fixes everything. So I'm just going to go ahead in with that to fix any parts of the eyebrow that needed to be perfected. And as you see in this video, you may notice that my hands have a little bit of a discoloration. That is because my tanning went a little bad and I got a little impatient and washed off a little too soon. Later, moving on to the eyelids, I get my favorite Maybelline concealer just to get rid of any discoloration or veins on the lids. And this is going to be a very important step to hold all the eyeshadow together. Later, in going with a brush and brushing it out, I use my Morphe palette. And I am using a J-like shape on the lids. I'm starting from the crease and moving outer using windshield motions. Going in with a darker orange color, I'm focusing on the crease, and with the extra products on the brush, I am moving it down to the outer lid. And going with a fluffy brush and just blending all of that out. All the brushes I am using are from the Jaclyn Hill collection with Morphe. I'm then getting a red brick color and just focusing on the outer lid. Going in with a brown shade, I'm just putting this in on the lower eyelid, but once again just the outer part, and I'm just going to continue blending that out for a smoky effect. Going in with a brush and just blending it out. Going in with this beautiful Color Pop eyeshadow. I started off with a brush, but it wasn't giving me the pigment I wanted, so I later on moved on with my finger and it worked a lot better. And I'm just putting this all over the eyelid. Getting a blending brush and just blending all of that out so there's no sharp edges between the glitter and the rest of the eyeshadow. Moving on with this ColourPop highlighter, which I absolutely loved. It gave me a buttery look instead of chalky. I put this underneath the brow bone and in the inner lids. Later on, I do use the same highlighter for the face as well, so keep that in mind. I lift up the eyebrow every time I have a client or I'm working with a model for a video, and I make sure her eyes are open so her eyelids don't get glued shut, because that has happened in the past. Going in with a primer, I am just focusing on the T-zone where she's most dry and blending that in. Moving on to the foundation, putting on throughout the entire face and getting the foundation brush from the Jaclyn Morphe collection and just spreading out the product throughout the entire face before I go in with a beauty blender to blend it all out. Make sure you go all the way to the ears and down to the neck so you don't have a mask look. I do want to mention I am not a professional makeup artist, nor does makeup have any rules. So everything I am doing, I'm just kind of winging it. Makeup has no rules, so I just like to have fun with it. And she was looking a little bit white, so I would go in with my Smashbox contour sticks and just put that in all the places that I want darkened. I go in with some facial mist because I realized that after I spray this, it helps with the blending process. Then once again, I go in with my Maybelline lighter shade of concealer in the places that I want highlighted. So under the eyes, the chin, on the nose and forehead. And I just blend all of that out as well. After blending that out, I get a brush and I brush out all the creases under the eyes right before I set it with powder. I love this setting powder. It is a great one in the drugstore. I do like to go between drugstore and high-end just to see if I can find any dupes. Going in with a fluffy brush, I like to brush it out before it sets too much into the pores. And then I'm going in with some more setting powder and putting that under the cheekbones just to give the cheeks a little bit more definition. And then I'm just brushing it out. And as I brush it out, I like to put it all over throughout the face to get rid of any stickiness or wet foundation. Going in with my Hoola bronzer from Benefit, I am putting that in all of the areas I contoured. Going in with the Too Faced bronzer in a darker shade and just focusing on the cheekbones to give it some more definition. And I contour a little bit more of the nose. Moving on to the blush. This one is from Flower. And I put this on the apples of the cheeks, and I just like to blend it upwards to give it a beautiful look. Going on with the highlighter, the same one that we used underneath the brow bone. I'm putting this on the cheeks as well, on the lips and on the nose. And like I said, I really love this highlighter. It was only $8 and it does not give you a chalky look. Instead, it actually makes you look more alive. Moving on to underneath the eyes, going in with that first shadow that we used, and I'm using this one to smoke out the eyes. And then going in with a red brick color, I'm putting that closer to the waterline to darken it up. And honestly, this part really just pulls the look together. But it is hard to do it on some people considering it's a sensitive part. Moving on to the mascara, I'm holding your eyebrow up. And just putting on the lower lashes because you can't forget that. Although I did mess up, which you will see right there. There it is, messed up. Moving on to the lips with the MAC lip liner Spice. Just outlining her lips right before I fill them in. Filling the lips with the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. And as we're completing the last step of the look, I just want to thank you all for coming back to my YouTube channel and watching the video. Hit the subscribe button and stay tuned for what's to come.